What's up, guys? It's Chris back with another watch video, and today we are doing a comparison video, and one that I'm actually very excited about. The SBDC061 and the Tissot Seastar 1000. So the reason why I'm very excited is because both of these watches are really amazing, affordable divers, and they're very, very closely spec'd. So it's, I think, a very good comparison. So getting right into it, both of these watches are in stainless steel and basically divers style watches. They wear very similarly in size. The Seiko is 44 millimeters. However, it wears smaller than it is. So it probably wears around 42 millimeters, similar to the SKX, and it is 13.1 millimeter thick. And lug tip to lug tip, we are at 51 millimeters. The Tissot is 43 millimeters. However, it also wears a little bit smaller, I would say, than its stated size. So I would say it wears around 42 millimeters. And it is a little bit thinner than the Seiko at 12.7 millimeters thick, but really nothing that you would actually notice. Lug tip to lug tip is 49.6. Again, very, very close to the Seiko. So the Tissot is just a smidge smaller. However, the wearability and the presence on the wrist is really the same. So, and that's because of the lug tip to lug tip sizes and the thickness. So they wear very, very similar in size. Tissot has a 300 meter water resistance, where the Seiko only has 200. Again, this is a point of contention. I mean, to me, it doesn't really matter, 300 meters water resistance or 200 meters water resistance. I'm not really going diving with these watches, so it doesn't make a difference. And even if you are, 200 meters is very sufficient. The 300 meters is just overkill, but it's great to have, and it's great to know that it can do it. So that really isn't a wash. The Tissot gets that, but 200 meters is a very capable dive watch either way. The bezel action on the Tissot isn't as nice as the Seiko. The Seiko has a very tight turning on the bezel. It doesn't click very loudly, but it does turn very, very slowly, and it is very hard to move. The Tissot is hard to move. It clicks very nicely. However, there is back play, so the bezel on the Tissot, I would say, isn't as nice. And also, the Tissot has a ceramic insert, but like I've mentioned, it does fade in light. So when you're looking at it in different lighting, since the lettering is silver, you can't see the lettering, and it's kind of weird. I don't know why they did that. And again, I would say this is a wash, even though the Tissot does have a ceramic bezel and is, technically a better bezel than the Seiko. The Seiko has a much more legible bezel insert. And even though it's made out of aluminum, it does look better because you could see it in any light, and it just looks better in general. The bezel feels nicer. Like I said, the action is better. It has no playback on the Seiko with the aluminum insert. Dials. Both have applied loomed indices. The Seiko has a black dial, while if you want the blue, you can go for the 033. The SBDC033. However, then you don't have a sapphire crystal. Both of these watches have sapphire crystals. The Tissot has a sapphire crystal display back and still has that 300 meter water resistance. The Seiko does not have a display back. So you can go for the 3033, but then you would only have a hard Lex crystal, which in this case is a little bit of a loss on the Seiko side. But here we're comparing the 061, so you do have that Seiko, the sapphire crystal, so you're good to go. Like I said, both dials have applied and loomed indices. However, the loom on the Seiko, I have to say, is a little bit better than the Super Luminova on the Tissot. Seiko uses LumiBrite, and it's just brighter. No matter what, when you turn the lights off, the LumiBrite is brighter than Super Luminova, and that's Seiko's proprietary product, so that's just the way it is. So Seiko wins with that, hands down. I like the date application on the Tissot a little bit better than I do on the Seiko. I see what the Seiko did here. You know, they added at the 3 o'clock, and it's part of the, you know, the 3 o'clock baton. However, the Tissot, it's color matched. It's at the bottom of the dial. You barely even notice it. It looks really, really good. I just personally, that's something that is personal, and I like the Tissot a little bit better. So like I said, both of these watches have sapphire crystals. Both have screwed-in crowns in different positions. 3 o'clock for the Tissot, 4 o'clock for the Seiko. Again, that's up to taste. There is a signed crown on the Tissot. Of course, Seiko not signing their crowns on the 061. Not sure why that doesn't happen. So movement. The Seiko has the 6R15, which is an amazing movement. It is their upgraded movement. It has 50 hours power reserve. It's not decorated, and you can't see it from the case back, obviously, because that's closed. It's a sealed case, solid case back. But it is a very good movement. While the Tissot has the Powermatic 80, which has a really killer 80-hour power reserve, and you can see the movement from the back. It does have a clear case back with a sapphire crystal. The Powermatic 80 is basically a 2824. However, it does have 80 hours power reserve, which is really an amazing feat and really good for this price point. And it's also slightly decorated, so when you're looking at it through the case back, it's not terrible. Anyway, really, there is no clear winner in this battle because they are both really good watches, really great value. And if you're looking for something on a bracelet, I definitely recommend the Seiko. The Seiko is a little bit more expensive. It's around $800 versus the Tissot, which is around $450 to $500. However, you're not getting a bracelet, and the bracelet that you do get on these is inferior to the Seiko, I would say. So you're better off getting it on the rubber strap. So it really all depends on what kind of watch you're looking for, but they are both great watches and really could sit in someone's collection side by side, as they do in mine. And I really love these watches. Anyway, please like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is really appreciated and very helpful. Thank you for logging on.